Finger down if when you were in college years and years ago, you ran into your neighbor who was a pretty cool dude, but nothing more than that. One day you guys were hanging out and he tells you that he has this friend who needs help with homework because he is a vet that was honorably discharged for injuries, and he was still in his 20s, like he was young and he was in school and he just needed help with homework because he struggled focusing. And you were like, yeah, of course, absolutely. So you decided to help this guy, and he would pay you like $200, $300, $400 to do a little bit of homework and text him. Quickly, this friendship became somewhat of a sugar baby situation, except you had never met the guy. He was only sending you text messages or phone calls, and then sometimes homework to get done, and then paying you like stupid amounts of money, like $600, $700, $800. Like it was more money every single time. Well, finally, he's like, hey, why don't we hang out? Like, let's go on a hike. Let's do something. And I told him, like, look, I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, I'm not looking for anything even not serious. And he was like, that's fine. I'm just trying to hang out with you. Like, I just want to be your friend. So we went on a hike together, and everything was fine and normal. And he brought his dog that had been given to him as his, like, security dog or whatever the hell. It spoke German. It was literally a German Shepherd, and it spoke German. It was his, like, healing dog. And so we're on the hike with the dog. Everything's fine and great. And then all of a sudden the dog starts moving really slow. And this is a really big, very well-trained German Shepherd. And he starts to get really concerned too. He's like, I don't know why my dog's moving so slow. I don't really know what's going on. And so he picks the dog up and throws him over his head. You realize this man is very strong. And he starts marching down the mountain with this German Shepherd over his shoulders. And you're watching the dog, and the dog definitely looks like it's not doing too hot. So as you guys make it all the way down to the bottom, he throws the dog in his truck bed, and he says, will you just sit with the dog for a second while I go and see if they can help us? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. So you sit with the dog, and the dog literally dies in your lap. Like, the dog dies in your lap. But you don't tell him that because this is his, like, dog. So he comes back, and he's like, how's she doing? And you're like, great. I don't really know. Well, then you realize you left your keys somewhere on the hike. So he has to grab the dog, who is now and cover it, and he's trying to drain her with water or whatever the fuck. He's trying to cool her off. Well, the water's crystallizing as it's hitting her. You're trying to talk to the troopers and say, hey, can y'all give me a ride up top? I left my keys. Meanwhile, his dog is dying. So they give you a ride up top. You get your keys, and then when you come back down, he's nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found. That's fine. His dog is dying. So you decide to get in the car. Oh, shit, look at the time. I've got an anatomy test. So you go take your anatomy test, and when you get out of your anatomy test, he sent you $800 and said, sorry, it was such a bad trip. My dog did end up dying. And then you guys never spoke again because you found out he actually has a girlfriend, and she confronted you at CVS like the next time you guys met up so that you could give him homework answers. And she was like, who are you? And you were like, I am the owner of this house. Who are you?